Kingstream Entertainment. Ruslan.
So this is a question that a lot of people ask, and it comes up. And so forgive me for asking, but I think it's a good conversation. Has there ever been a desire by the major label to control your content, to tell you not to talk about Jesus in your public persona, to censor you in any way?
Yeah, definitely. I feel
Really?
like that. Yeah, that'll happen like no matter who you sign with, so yeah, I don't know, just like obviously if you're Christian, you're gonna have different beliefs than the rest of the world, and like the world is kind of heading like further and further away from God. So I don't really speak out too much about like specific issues.
Yeah.
But like, cause like in my mind, I have spoken out about specific issues, because like I was either like angry about it at that time or something, so I kind of just spoke about it. But like in my eyes, it's like I could post like facts about something or like my thoughts on this topic, and like other people read it, and it's like if they disagree with me, like if when they read what I said, it's not like I don't think it's gonna change their heart or their mind on it. So like what I think will though is Jesus. So like that's why I post like Bible scriptures or like pray for people and stuff. Like I encourage just like getting to know God, because that's what I believe will like change people, for the better. And like not posting posting facts about something might like open somebody's eyes about it, but in terms of like going to heaven, like the important issue, which is like getting to know Jesus, like that's not going to do too much.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is when you have posted Bible passages, Bible verses, shared your faith, I don't know how long your bio has been Jesus is King in all capitals. Has there ever been like a text message to you or your dad from the label like, hey man, can he tone it down on some of this Jesus stuff?
Yeah. I mean, it hasn't been too bad lately. Like they don't mind that like I'm Christian and stuff. Like I think they kind of like it, to be honest, because it's like different, I guess. Not too many people are Christian in the mainstream area.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I've talked about like my thoughts on like abortion and stuff before. Like I tweeted it out once or something. They asked us to like delete the tweet and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you delete it?
No.
My man, that's what I'm talking about, bro. That's dope. That's super dope. I love what you said. You said ultimately it's not about spitting facts, but you said it's about telling people about Jesus and you sharing Bible verses, because ultimately that's what causes change. And the way I would describe it is, as Christians, I think we should be known by the things we're for and not just known by the things we're against, right? So if we're sharing Jesus, we're sharing God's truth, we're sharing God's word, those are the things that I think are going to position us to, like you said, ultimately people hear the gospel. Ultimately people hear the good news, right? That is good news that Jesus came. So dude, props to you, man. That's really cool that you will take a stand as strong as a stand like that, get a text message, get somebody ask you to take it down. You're just like, nah, fam, I'm not taking anything down. Like that's super dope, man.
Thank you, bro.
That's super dope. That really encourages me. How would you say your faith drives your music? Because you don't make like overtly Christian music per se, but I do think you're clearly a Christian in your public persona and in some of your music. In the content, meaning that it's not celebrating debauchery and murder and sin, right? How does it feel? Like, is there a strategy for how you want to share your faith? Or is it just kind of like, hey, I love Jesus, I read, I pray. You showed your vlog, how you open up every day with prayer. You're like, I get right down. You got down on your knees, which I thought was cool because not a lot of people pray on their knees. So how does your faith in Jesus drive your art?
I mean, like in the Bible, like it says like work 6 days a week, and rest on the seventh. And so like, I feel like music is kind of just my job at this point, so I'm like, I feel like I'm like respecting God by trying to work hard at it, so like just making music in general, like the Bible and stuff kind of encourages me to just make music, and like, I don't know, I try to incorporate like my belief. Like I don't want to be talking about like girls and like, I don't know, I don't want to be disgusting, you know, like how most hip hop is nowadays. And yeah, so I kind of just like, I don't know, like I speak like if I were to make like like I would never make like a song about like flexing and stuff, you know. So like I try to stay like humble, you know, with my lyrics and stuff. And like I haven't made a worship song or like a complete Christian song before, you know. And like I've tried in the past, and like I will make one, I feel like, eventually, you know. But it's like it's not really the easiest for me. Like I kind of just like naturally talk about like romance, I guess. It's like I find it easier to talk about that and just like, yeah, I don't know, just like random stuff in life, I guess. Like it's way easier for me to write about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I'll definitely have a worship song one day, or like a Christian rap song, you know. But I don't know, I try to like, I don't have a song completely dedicated to it, but I'll incorporate things. Like I'll talk about praying or heaven and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think that's dope. I think it'd be super fly if you did write a Christian rap song or a worship song, but I do believe that I think God has you right where you're supposed to be. I think you're influencing a generation of kids right where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Do you think, so your title on Instagram says Jesus is King, has Kanye being more outspoken about his faith, right, or the explosion of Christian content on TikTok, right? Your song really popped off on TikTok. Has that encouraged you and empowered you to be more outspoken about your faith? Like someone like as iconic as Kanye being like, "Yo, Jesus King, it's all about Jesus." What, you know? Like has that empowered you as a creative who's in the, you know, the music industry to be more outspoken?
I don't think it has, to be honest. Like I love seeing it though, like how Kanye changed and stuff and started church and stuff. Like I love watching all that. Like it's super cool to see, but I don't really think it changed what I was doing necessarily. I think it's just like my personal faith was growing, you know, and like, yeah. But it is cool seeing what Kanye has done, yeah.
Yeah, I really do feel like there's something God is doing on a major scale where you have Kanye, you have Justin Bieber, you have even Chance, which sometimes Chance does some questionable things that I've, you know, reached out to him about, like, hey man, you know, I don't booty applaud, music for God, I don't know if that's necessary, you know, but I think that mixed with the explosion of how many Christian influencers are on TikTok, the explosion of YouTube stuff, Christian influencers, conversations like this, what you're doing, I feel like I turn and I look into different pockets of the industry, of entertainment, of media, and there seems to be, and this is gonna sound like a weird word, so just forgive me for using it in advance, but there seems to be like some type of creative revival happening where people are open about their faith. And there's always been Christians in the music industry, but to the point where you lead with on your Instagram, Jesus is King, right? Like that's pretty powerful, man. Like that's really cool. And I don't think it's an accident. Like I don't think what God's showing you and where God's positioned you is in a vacuum. I think it's kind of all happening on a massive scale. And I think this next generation of kids that's going to come up is going to have a very different perception of Christianity than I did. Like my perception of Christianity 20 years ago was, oh, they're just over there. They're over there, right? They're at church camp and that's it. But now I could open up TikTok, I could open up Instagram, and my favorite artist from one of my favorite songs is a Christian, and that's that's rad.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a big blessing. Like how you're saying, like the position I'm in, you feel like is right where I should be. It's like I agree with that. And like how, like, considering that I don't make like Christian music, you know, it's like it's kind of cool because I'm put into a different category with different people who aren't believers, you know, like I have so many sad kids listening to me, you know, and it's like it's cool because I can give them like hope and faith, you know, and like I'll DM a lot of fans as well, like trying to like pray for them and stuff. And yeah, it's really cool where I'm at.
So thank you so much.
Thank you, bro.
I saw my mama smile through the silhouette. Sunshine and all. But she don't know that I still feel like we ain't made it yet. No, I ain't lying at all. I remember walking back from